Let me tell you a story. There was a god, and then there were God's favorite, children. God wished to care for all of those little beings. But although omnipresent was his primary element, he still could not be with every child in the universe in the manner he wanted to. And he worried and worried for those he loved the most. So he created his true emissaries, parents, the mother and the father who created the child. Welcome to the Bookbibuli podcast. In our next series, God, Father, we will talk God and worship the other God who has remained undersung, underpraised, underworshipped, the Father, celebrating the Father's Day. The first episode of the series is about a beautiful father-son bond on the book, Danny the Champion of the World. Here it comes. Danny's life seems perfect. He lives in a charming gypsy caravan. He's the youngest car mechanic around, and his best friend is his dad, who always has wonderful stories to share. When Danny uncovers his father's secret, he's launched into the adventure of a lifetime. This is Roald Dahl's beloved tale of a 9-year-old boy, his father, and their daring, hilarious pheasant-snatching escapade. More importantly, it is a heartfelt story about the love between a boy and his father, whom Danny describes as the most marvelous and exciting father a boy ever had. So that's the book for the day today. We have Aarav with us today, who's going to talk about this lovely experience.
Hello, fellow book enthusiasts. I'm Aarav Gupta, a curious 9-year-old fourth grader from Delhi Public School in Ranchi. I'm a total bookworm, from the whimsical worlds of Roald Dahl to the enchanting realms of fantasy. Books are my greatest companion. They ignite my imagination and transport me to magical places beyond imagination. It's my pleasure to share my thoughts on the books that capture my heart and mind.
Well, Aarav, so who is your favorite character in the story? And you have to tell us why is that so?
Well, my favorite character in the book is undoubtedly Danny's father, William. He's really an interesting character, and there's just something truly appealing about his larger-than-life personality and his unwavering devotion to his son. And he is not just a father, he's a friend, a mentor, and also a partner in crime to Danny. What I admire most about him is his totally unconventional approach to parenting. It's so refreshing to see that he encourages Danny to think for himself, to question the world around him, and to embrace his own unique identity. His warmth, his wisdom, and his sense of humor make him a truly unforgettable character. One who teaches us that sometimes the greatest adventures are found in the simple moments shared with the ones we love.
Ah, yes, mine too. See, we all live in apartments, we live in bungalows, we live in houses, but Danny lives in a gypsy caravan. What do you think Danny's life is like living in a gypsy caravan?
Actually, it's a kind of life I always dream about experiencing. Living in a gypsy caravan offers Danny a life rich in freedom and adventure and closeness to nature. In the book, Danny's life in the caravan is depicted as both very unconventional and idyllic. This gypsy lifestyle is both adventurous and also being close to nature. The family wakes up to the sounds of birds chirping and the sight of rolling hills stretching out before them. Also, I think that the life in the caravan is characterized by the simplicity and resourcefulness. The simple way of living life teaches Danny the importance of flexibility and creativity and also making do with what they have, which is pretty amazing and yet fulfilling at the same time. Despite the challenges they face, Danny's life in the caravan is ultimately portrayed as one filled with warmth, love, and some very unforgettable adventures.
Yes, it seems like fun. How do you feel about the relationship between Danny and Mr. Hazel, especially considering Mr. Hazel is the antagonist?
Mr. Victor Hazel, the antagonist character in the story, is so very rude and abusive towards Danny and his father. He also spoke rudely with Danny, who was just a little kid. When Danny's father refuses Mr. Hazel's service for being rude to Danny, Mr. Hazel uses his money as well as his many connections to have Danny's father harassed. Danny and his father finally come up with a brilliant plan to stop Hazel's big shooting party and have their revenge.
Well, Aarav, it is wonderful to have you with us. It's always nice to make new friends. And we at Bookbibuli are very happy when we have new friends. So what do you think about the North Star program of Bookbibuli?
Well, I was pleasantly surprised when I first came across the North Star program of Bookbibuli. I believe that such kinds of programs are the need of the day in this digital world to bring back children and young people towards the wonderful world of books. The podcast section of this program offers a great platform for young readers like me to share our thoughts and opinions. It also provides opportunities to other young readers to go through the reviews and build upon their reading habits. This program is building a strong community of readers to come together and grow, both personally as well as a strong community of bookworms.
Thank you so much for the kind words. Let us come back to the book. If you could go on an adventure with Danny, what do you think you would like to do together with him?
If I could go on an adventure with Danny, I think we'd embark on a thrilling countryside escapade on his caravan, exploring hidden nooks and crannies of nature's wonderland. We'd roam through lush forests and woods, climb majestic hills, and uncover secrets of the wild. Along the way, we'd share stories and solve riddles, and perhaps even try to solve some mysteries.
Different things appeal to different people. So everyone has a different favorite. What was your favorite part of the story?
Actually, there are so many interesting incidents in the story to choose from. If I have to choose one, then that would be when Danny and his father execute their daring pheasant poaching scheme. It showcases their unique bond and cleverness and the thrill of defying expectations. The careful planning, the exciting execution, and the triumphant outcome make it a thrilling read. In a way, it underscores the theme of courage and resourcefulness in the face of adversity.
Tell us, Aarav, why do you think Danny's father did not want him to get involved in the pheasant poaching?
Danny's father didn't want him to get involved in the pheasant poaching to, I think, protect him from potential danger and some legal consequences. Despite their close bond and shared adventures, Danny's father understood the risks involved and wanted to protect Danny from harm. I think that Danny's father wanted to instill in Danny the importance of ethical behavior and respecting the law, even in challenging circumstances.
Now, this is the time to talk about the center plot of the book. You have to tell our audience, how did Danny and his father outsmart Mr. Hazel?
This was the best part of the story for me. Danny and his father outsmarted Mr. Hazel by devising a clever plan to poach pheasants without getting caught. They used raisins soaked in sleeping draughts to lure the birds, ensuring a quiet and efficient operation. By timing their poaching escapade during Mr. Hazel's annual shooting party, they exploited the distraction to execute their scheme undetected, leaving Mr. Hazel baffled and impressed.
At the end of it all, there is a lesson. There is a lesson for all of us. What lesson do you think Danny learned from his adventures with his father?
Through his adventures with his father, Danny learned the value of courage, resourcefulness, and the importance of standing up for what's right. I think he also discovered that even in the face of adversity, there's always a solution if you're willing to think creatively and act boldly. Most importantly, Danny learned that the strongest bond of all is the love and trust shared between family.
Thank you very much, Aarav, for being with us today. It was wonderful having you.
Thank you for the kind invitation to speak. I am genuinely honored and very excited for the opportunity to share insights and engage in meaningful dialogue. And I also look forward to more such interactions. Thank you.
While the poaching adventure that Aarav has already told you about is often retold in various forms, it's the father-son bond that truly shines in this book. Their relationship is especially touching. When Danny's father stands up for him after he's been unfairly punished by his teacher. Their life in the caravan, Danny's mechanical skills, and his courageous rescue of his father after an accident during poaching all highlight their deep connection. It's a lovely son and father relationship. And now it's time for Bookbibuli Read Reco. Unlike many of Roald Dahl's other works, this story is relatable and simple. In fact, I would even say, to a great degree, it seems realistic, not a flight of fancy at all. You'll even find references to some of his other books, like the BFG and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This sweet book will warm your heart and is a delight. Read from start to finish for sure. The language is easy and it's fun to read the adventures. The books to be read before are Matilda, BFG, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And the one that comes after is Boy by the same author. Until next week, better read, read better.